This is the final review for the final episode of season 6 of Black Mirror, Demon 79. Now, this one is my favorite episode out of this whole season. They obviously saved the best for last. So, a common theme that I saw in this season of Black Mirror is a lot of the episodes are, I don't know if I can call it period pieces, because they're not that old, but a lot of them take place in decades past. Okay, we had one from the early 2000s, one from 69, and this one is from 79, right? Late 70s in London. So we follow this sales clerk lady who runs across some kind of little game piece thing. Well, the devil comes out. I'm guessing he's the devil. He's pretty much this black dude with an afro. Really attractive gentleman too. I'm gonna have to look him up later after this. But he tells her that she has to kill 3 people or else eternal damnation's gonna happen. The rapture has many words. The world's pretty much gonna end in a disastrous way if she doesn't kill 3 people. Alright. She does not succeed. She only kills 2. The first 2 that she killed, he gave her like these ideas in her head, like, oh, well, this guy's a child molester. Well, this guy did this, which of course somebody tell you that is probably a little easier to kill him. She wasn't able to make the 3rd one though. She got stopped, and this is the part where it's like, okay, is the world actually going to end? Or was the devil just saying some stuff? And no, fire started falling from the sky. The world did end. All right. So I like this piece, late 70s. I love historical fiction things, whether it's in movies, whether it's in books, or what have you, TV shows, what have you. So this main character, she looked like she was Indian descent. Or Indian, I should say. And we see one of her coworkers has this newspaper talking about immigrants, something. And, you know, I guess that was the writer's way of letting us know that she's having to deal with racism on the job. A lot of things that, you know, people have to deal with. And I was hoping she would say something to old girl, but she didn't. You know, she just kind of wrote it off. I fell asleep on this because I think this was one that I was watching at night, but I restarted it. You know, I'm trying to do these reviews a little earlier because sometimes it's like super late at night. But yeah, this is my favorite one because it's like they made the devil kind of cool. He was totally dressed in 70s garb, had the fro, had the little chic outfit that they wore back then. Oops, excuse me. Y'all bear with me, man. One day I will have a whole studio. But until then, we are dealing with the ring light on the wall. Okay? So yeah, I didn't see if Charlie Brooker, I think it's Charlie Brooker, wrote this episode. But kudos to those who wrote this episode. I think it was definitely a Black Mirror episode because it's one of those things where it's kind of like paranoia, science fiction / horror. You know, Black Mirror is in that category, kind of like Twilight Zone. Outer Limits, if you all have heard of Outer Limits. There's also another show called The Dark Side, something like that. But all of them fit into that genre of psychological thriller / horror and what have you. Okay. Now, this overall season of Black Mirror, I was a little let down. I like things that are binge worthy. I think it took me more than a few days to watch just this 5 hours of programming. So, like I said in my last video, I'm not sure if maybe this is a wrap. Maybe the creator of Black Mirror maybe his heart is going to something else. And it happens. You know, all things must end, no matter how much you like them. So, But I definitely was pleased with the first few seasons. Like I said, I got started on Black Mirror later than everyone else, like a few years later, and I ended up binge watching all the seasons very close back to back. Yeah, I didn't have any reviews on those because I think by the time I watched them, they were super old, and I try to do the newest stuff that I can. And occasionally I will do videos where I'm watching something that's old, or something that people may not have heard of and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm also thinking of doing like maybe a segment where I watch movies that are really popular cinema-wise, like in cinematic history. Like, believe it or not, I have not seen any of the Godfathers. Terminator is one of those things where I was so little. I think the first one came out before I was born. I want to say the second one was out when I was a little baby. So I've seen bits and pieces. So you might as well say that I haven't seen the Terminators. I haven't seen any of the Rush Hours. So I do have a lot of catching up to do. I just saw Scarface not too long ago. Now, of course, with that came out in like 81 or 83. So of course I couldn't see it when it came out because I was not on Earth yet. But neither was I when Godfather came out. But definitely gonna catch up. So I might put a poll out there for you guys. What do you think I should do? A segment where I watch old cinematic videos, like movies like Gone with the Wind or something. Again, that's another one that I saw bits and pieces of because my mother liked it and what have. But that is all. I am going to check out some more movies, a lot of independent films I'm going to be reviewing. I'm also going to be reviewing some films coming out in the movies. Try to cover all the bases, man. If you like, get down in the comments and let me know what you like me to review next. What did you hear that is really good that you think I would like? All right. As always, y'all, peace and blessings. Until next time, y'all have a good one.